my it's not a hot take, it's just what I think, but that you should be friends with the person you're with before you even start dating. I think it's it's one of the more foolproof ways to know somebody before you commit your life to them, or just even in general just have that exclusivity of dating, and put it in that limelight. And I feel like friendship is the root and basis of a good romantic relationship, especially one that lasts forever. Because as you get older, you lose money, you lose your attractiveness, you lose all the things that maybe were factors when you first started dating. But what doesn't change?
Disavow.
Your friendship that you have together.
So
I say marry your best friend, and you should probably find out if they're a friend before you even get together with them, get intimate with them.
Thing is,
all of those things.
I think you can kind of cover that basis when you're dating if you just wait to have sex with each other.
That's true too.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Because
I say that
I have
because
no
I know
interest
a
in
lot
having
of people,
female friends. So if you're going to say,
sure.
oh, we're going to be friends for a while, no, thank you. Not happening.
I understand that. I just mean if you are friends with someone already, maybe you can consider taking it to the next level. And I was also saying that to your point earlier about being realistic about the secular world, that they're going to do it anyways.
Yeah. I would never recommend
at least put it off long enough to actually become friends with somebody.
I'd never recommend a guy waiting in the friend zone and waiting for his moment.
Well, that's the problem with saying friend zone and always making it a negative
thing.
But
that's what happens.
When in reality, maybe you think you're in the friend zone, but really you're just you already kind of put yourself out there you're interested in the person in only a sexual way, which I find happens a lot. That's been my experience as well.
It's a cold world out here for guys.
Guys will act like you're friends, but in reality we're not stupid. We know that you have an in game when we could just be friends, and then maybe we find out that we like each other later.
I get it, and from that sort of more benevolent point of view where you would give the guy the chance, then that sure. But for the most part, what it is guys who don't quite know how to get in with this particular girl that they're trying, that they fancy or whatever, and then the girl will sort of keep him around for attention and sort of boyfriend things without giving him the benefits of being a boyfriend. The lifts to the airport, the jackets, the shoulder to cry on, but then he never gets any of the benefits of being a boyfriend. It's just the way that the world works. It's cold reality.
Situationship.
That definitely happens. I'm just saying that it's still a good thing to be friends with someone before you get...
Let me ask you a question on that. So do you think that should be the case for both men and women? They should start with as friends in the hopes that it will one day lead to something romantic?
First of all, I don't think it's a foolproof, everyone does this and it works or something. I'm just saying that's a good idea to think that in your head. Or not necessarily be friends before you start dating, but just have a friendship. I'm saying that a lot of times I hear people talk about their boyfriend or their girlfriend or their dating person, and it doesn't sound like they have a friendship. They don't know each other on that level. It's they sleep together and then they go out to dinner, they're on their phones, and they go home. So I'm saying if you have that friendship, you can't lose that. You can fight for that friendship versus just oh, he's my boyfriend, but I don't really know.
I mean, I agree. I think it's important to get to know each other on levels other than just romantic or sexual. I think that's the whole point of what dating should be. You should take your time getting to know someone. But I don't think it should be called friendship if you both know you're mutually interested in each other.
Yeah, it just seems like if there is a mutual interest, as Sarah said, then why play this game of let's just be friends for 9 months? It's almost like this it's almost sad in a way. You hear these couples who they both liked each other, but they were both too pussy to admit it. And then they're why didn't we just reveal to each other that we were romantic? Although I feel that's pretty rare, but I
think the guy, it's always pretty obvious if a guy is spending a lot of time with a woman that he's interested.
Right. No, I've
had a lot of female friends earlier in my life. I don't have any really now, but they were never ugly. The female friends.
Yeah. No, I definitely don't disagree with you at all about the fact that we shouldn't play a game, or that it's about waiting until some random moment where we like each other. I'm simply saying friendship should be a foundation of relationships.
I agree with what you're saying actually in terms of creating that foundation as well, because oftentimes sex can be used as an out, where you're having an argument or whatever, you have some make-up sex and it's all good, or you've got nothing to do, you just have. But if you don't have that, and if you actually have to sort out problems, then it's going to be a lot stronger.
Right.
Math donated $100.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Hello, Bricks and Love from Dubai. Money or looks, girls? Also, I'm just wondering how much to kick someone off the show.
It's a Bitcoin to kick somebody off the show. He is from Dubai, so maybe he's got that. you'll have to it's not in the description. If you genuinely want to do a Bitcoin, we'll kick someone off the show. We'll kick someone off the show. You'll have to DM me on Instagram, Math, so I'll send you the crypto wallet or whatever. On the friends thing really quick, I mean, I don't agree. You can't be... I think things ought to start romantic from the get-go. Mm-hmm. Because there's too much room then for like unrequited love, one person, and then you've just... If your recommendation is you should pursue a friendship, like if you're genuinely pursuing a friendship just for the friendship, I suppose that's okay, because then you're genuinely just pursuing a friendship. But if you're doing it with some like ulterior motive, which seems to be what you're suggesting, well, you're saying people ought to start at friends.
I didn't say ought. I didn't say this is some foolproof thing. I literally just suggested it as an idea for people who don't even consider the idea of friendship in a relationship.
But if you're recommending here, start as just friends. I mean, that's kind of...
It's not like oh, we meet, let's be friends. Like that someday maybe we'll be together. I'm just saying, like, if you have a friend, then you should develop that friendship, and then it could be something else. But the point I'm making is that friendship is a foundation for things, instead of just being people that use each other.
I just can't see friends and like relationship being in the same thing, like romantic relationship. Like when I think about my friends, I can't picture like being romantic with any of them. Mm-hmm. Like it's just weird to think about me being romantic. Like
I'm not saying like, oh, every friend, like look at them as if you're gonna be with them. That's not my point.
The friendship can also kind of, in a way, I think potentially make you a bit like numb to, or like not attracted to the idea of being romantic as well. If you guys just develop a friendship, yeah. So if you're speaking about like when you're dating and you're exclusive, but you're not having sex yet, I think that's a reasonable point, because you'd learn a lot about each other.
Yeah, and that's part of the point too. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I have a question for the guys.
I'll do it for an Ethereum. No, I'm just kidding.
Go for it.
Do you think girls can have guy friends and the guy friends don't have any ulterior motives?
No, absolutely not. Don't
DM the whatever Instagram though, if you're serious.
I disagree.
Why do you disagree?
Because I have guy friends that I don't think they have any sort of ulterior motives with me.
I mean,
like,
when you say
they
guy
probably
friends,
hide it well.
When you say guy friends, though, do you mean guys that you go out and go for lunch with and hang out with one-on-one and that sort of thing, or do you just mean guy friends who are acquaintances? Because those are two very different things.
Like sometimes hang out one-on-one, but not like as like a close friendship where we're hanging out all the time. But I think I have like guys in my life that I trust that are my friends, and I don't think...
I mean, maybe, but if it was in a relationship context, and if you were my girlfriend and you were saying, oh, I'm just going to go hang out with Henry, I'd say, no, you're not. Because...
Well, not in a private one-on-one setting, like we're like hang out all the time. But...
Yeah, but if you have acquaintances, like,
I'll come back to your question,
I saw
Matt,
Bill at the shop yesterday, and we stopped and chatted for a while. I'd say, oh, cool, how is Bill? But... You know, not if he said, oh, then we went to lunch together and we went for a walk on the beach, it'd be, okay.
Well, yeah, I understand that.
Okay, Bill.